mean, my videos are like 5 minutes of dogs, 5 minutes of me just chatting about myself, and then, you know, maybe I'll throw in some reseller content in there. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I am the Restless Thrifter. I'm going to be sharing with you a thrift haul of all sweaters. But before we dive in, first I want to say thank you to everybody who left me really kind comments and encouraging words on my last video where I talked about my struggles with rheumatoid arthritis and how I'm basically facing a disability right now. But I'm fortunate in that I truly believe this is temporary. I've been diagnosed for a long time with this, and this is the first really bad flare I've had in a long time. And if you are new to my channel, I promise I don't spend the entire time talking about myself and my health issues. I'll spend about 5 minutes kind of giving you an update on my life, showing you my dogs, talking about the business and what's changing. And part of that for me is that I have been having to cut back on how much I can work because of limited mobility. So today I was feeling pretty good. I am down here in my basement, which feeling pretty good for me means I made it downstairs. And this is where I do most of my work. As you can see, some of my inventory behind me and my dress forms here. And I have 2 IKEA bags of sweaters because there was a local thrift store called ARC, which is a thrift store that supports intellectually and developmentally delayed, for example, those with Down syndrome. And they had a 99-cent sweater sale. I had not left the house in 10 days. 10 days. I was going a little bit stir crazy. I knew the sale was going on. So I got myself out of the house all on my own. I'd started to record a thrift with me, but by the time I get into the store, I always forget that I'm doing a thrift with me and I don't pull out my camera. So I just get focused, hyper-focused on what the task at hand, which I forget is thrift with me. So I don't have one of those. Maybe one day I will do them. Let me know if you'd be interested. But what I do have is 27 things to show you that I'm going to sell. All are sweaters except for one, which is considered a sweatshirt, but everything was 99 cents otherwise. So even after you take out the cost of goods, and I kind of just did a 20% for fees, I'm still going to make $365 potentially. So just got to get the things listed, right? You can't sell them if you don't list them. I would say almost everything is bread and butter brands. The average ASP on all of this was $20. So I look to sell these between $18 and $25. Nothing really outrageous, just some good common sellers with sell-through rates. Sell-through rates on everything wasn't great either though. So I was a little bit like meh on this, but these are some good sweaters, good bread and butter brands. And I do believe at least that everything will sell. So the first thing is a new with tags item. It's vintage. So I guess you would call this new old stock, dead stock, whatever. It is Christopher and Banks, size extra large. And ignore that price there because I paid 99 cents, but you can see what they price things at. It is a hand embroidered cardigan sweater with shoulder pads with these scissors and thread. So I guess the theme is sewing, and it's navy and it's pretty cute. And I would say it's an oversized extra large. The 80s time period when I think this was sold, 80s, 90s, we wore our sweaters kind of boxy. So even though like typically like pants, you'd have to size up for vintage, with sweaters and shirts, not so much. Like I bet you I could wear that. And the ASP on this was $15 with an 8% sell-through rate. All right, next item. This may also be a little bit vintage. I'm not sure. Liz Claiborne, New York, size 1X. And this is 100% silk cardigan with this really beautiful leaf print. I thought it was very pretty. I don't have it buttoned up, so it's going to be hard to see. Yes, it's a very nice squeaky ball. Wow. 100% silk, and it's in beautiful condition. This had about a $14 ASP with 11% sell-through rate. Now, again, these are not impressive numbers, but I do believe I'll get more. I even looked up for ASP, I looked up plus size, but you know, I think I can get more. I usually can sell plus size sweaters for around, you know, 18 to 25. So that's where I'm looking at all of this, 18 to 25. I'm going to tell you the average sales price, but my goal is between 18 and 25. Next item is a vintage Eddie Bauer, size small. It's wool. It might be a blend of wools. Let me check. 81% lamb's wool, nylon, and then the decoration is lamb's wool, nylon, and cashmere. So by decoration, it's this embroidery, which I think is really cute. The buttons are really cute. I like to find unique buttons. Embroidery on the other side. And this does, you know, it comes off really nice on camera, which is good. But it does show signs of wear. But it wasn't shrunken or anything. This is a size small. And it felt like it had been well taken care of. And I think someone who likes that librarian look is going to love this little cardigan sweater. So this had a $23 ASP, it's a little higher, and 19% sell-through rate. Okay, this is the item that wasn't 99 cents. I thought it was, but it's considered sweats, and it was $4.99. And this is Prana. And it is Prana size medium. It's a hoodie that is missing its drawstring, but I gotta say, I don't know anyone who uses those, so. And this is like, you know, a fashion hoodie. This is not for like, keep me warm in the winter hoodie. And it's got this cute pattern on the bottom, sort of a putty brown gray color. Very nice condition. The material tag was cut out, but I did find some online. I thought this might be a linen blend, but it's not. It's, you know, cotton polyester, whatever. This had a $19 ASP with an 18% sell-through rate. Now, I'm going to list the new with tags and the higher ASP and the higher sell-through rate items first. And then I may hold on to the rest for later, just kind of listing one here and there as we go, only because I have a lot of stuff to list. I have a death pile. And, you know, we're getting into spring and then summer, and then fortunately, we'll be getting to fall eventually. I love fall. It's my favorite. This is a Torrid size 2 slouchy boyfriend fit cardigan. And I really like this. It's cropped a bit. If it wasn't, I might keep it for myself. It's just a little shorter than I would like. Now we get to hear him chewing on his bone. He does that when he's kind of pissed at me. So, did I show you this? You know what Torrid looks like, I'm sure. And yeah, it's just a cute oatmeal color. Once I get this steamed, it'll display very nicely. This had a $22 ASP with 25% sell-through rate. And it's a good cardigan for like spring, so I probably would get this one listed sooner, as it's not too chunky or heavy. Good layering piece. Especially like if you live somewhere like I do, Denver, and spring in Denver can be very cold at times. So this is another plus size item. It's Talbot's Woman 2X. And I'm starting to do some research on brands that I sold last year, what really is working for me, what's not, or what works from a certain brand. And from Talbot's, the plus size definitely works well. The non-plus size, I don't have as much luck with, but if I find good quality pieces, I'll pick them up. So this is a hooded, open knit, navy blue cardigan that needs a little dusting. It got very dusty. It has some front patch pockets. You see that open knit. Comes across as much darker on in real life. And on camera, it's got like these faded spots, but I don't see that in real life. So I'm hoping that's like dust that's just like reflecting or something weird. This had a $20 ASP with 34% sell-through rate. Okay, so this pickup was my only men's item. They just didn't have anything in the men's. But I picked this up because it's 100% merino wool, but it does have some pilling on the bottom and one small pull. So I was a little disappointed on that. It doesn't have a great sell-through rate. It's Banana Republic, size large, 100% merino wool. To me, this is just a classic look. This V-neck pullover sweater, right? I haven't seen a season go by where men aren't wearing these. Not young men necessarily, but yeah, it's really nice. I think it feels great. I may try it on. Anyhow, this had a $14 ASP with 23% sell-through rate. I was just disappointed in that ASP and then disappointed that it had some snags I didn't notice. This is a vintage Talbots. This tag is vintage and it is a 1X. I'm pretty sure this tag is vintage that they don't use anymore. 100% silk. And I thought the color was nice. And it's got this cute detail on the hems, on the cuffs and on the hem on the bottom. It's button up, beautiful condition. Silk is very resilient, can stand the test of time. And this had a $26 ASP with a 20% sell-through rate. I'm gonna put that in the list first pile too, because it also would be a great crossover into spring. All right, we have new with tags Chico's size 2, sleeveless sweater tank, shell. It's got some ribbed detail here. And it is a size 2, I think is a size large. Yeah, size large. They had this at $12.99 because, you know, new with tags. It retailed for $49.50. Just a basic rayon and polyester. It feels really soft. This had a $29 ASP with a 10% sell-through rate. And on sell-through rate, if you're new to my channel, a lot of people do sell-through rate differently where they don't use the number remaining in the calculation. And I do use that number because it's more accurate. So my sell-through rates will never be over 100%. So 20% isn't too bad, but I do want to shoot for 30% or higher. The higher, the better. But, you know, it's hard to find those 100% sell-through rate items, especially, or even 50% sell-through rate items. So I still want to make money every day. So I call these my bread and butter pieces, things that are more in that 20 to 30% sell-through rate range. And they're just going to take longer to sell. I truly believe everything sells eventually. I don't want it to be 5 years down the road though. Here's another Talbots silk, Talbots collection, which I don't know if that's like a nicer thing. It's a size extra large. The tag's a little bit different. It is new with tag. They had it at $14.99 before the sweater sale. And man, you could stay there all day. They just kept rolling out carts and they were going to be rolling stuff out all day long. It's a one-day only event. They could keep it all weekend and sell so much, but anyhow, this is a cute kind of pleated sweater in that same magenta color. I think this is a pretty color. I'm hoping that it will be in style. It seems more like a fall color though, jewel tone. Old ladies like me, we don't care about what colors in style this year or next year. We just want to wear the colors we like. There was so much Ann Taylor, Loft, Outlet and Factory, all of that. This is Ann Taylor. It's the only one I picked up because it just doesn't have a great sell-through rate. They had it at $12.99. It is Ann Taylor regular store, size large. And it's got this cute Fair Isle pattern with these rhinestones. I checked, all the rhinestones are there currently. To me, it still smells like Antiller, the store. So I think this was worn maybe once. It doesn't have the tags on it, but it still has this tag, but I know everyone doesn't always remove the thing that says please remove before wearing or washing. Even before washing, people don't remove that. And I just loved it. I thought it was gorgeous. This is viscose, nylon, and wool, 29% wool, but I'll still put wool blend in the title. You gotta put your best fabric forward. These had a $20 ASP with 17% sell-through rate. Guarantee you this retailed for, you know, pretty good, $89 or something. All right, now they're Talbots, size 1X. And this sweater is 100% linen. So it needs a good steam, but it'll look good once it has one. Linen, I find, you know, gets flaws very easily. I actually think you buy it flawed most of the time because the fabric just will get little, I don't know, it's more of a texture than a flaw, I guess. But yeah, it's a basic as well. And this had a $10 ASP, but a 50% sell-through rate. There just weren't very many things to compare it to. So maybe I'll put this on my, she's currently wearing a Trip NYC or Hot Topic, one of the two, jumper there. Maybe I'll put it on her and kind of dress her up with some pants and a scarf or something. And I think linen's gonna be good for spring, so I'll put it over there. Okay, and this next item is one that I looked it up. I didn't find a whole lot on it. For 99 cents, I decided to give it a try. It's nothing I've ever heard of before. Louis Gennaro Alchemy. It's a size small. And I just like this for its uniqueness. It's cowl neck, color block, brown, tan, blue, and it's got that rainbow knit in it, sort of a bell sleeve. Just an interesting sweater. This may take a while to sell. I may be holding on to this for a couple of winters. But it is 65% wool and 31% merino wool. Oh, and 4% silk. So it was good fabrics. I thought it was a cute style, you know, for that artsy bohemian woman. And it's made in Spain. That usually can indicate quality. Well, I guess not usually. Every country makes crap, right? $21 ASP for this brand and a 50% sell-through rate. And again, not a whole lot to compare to. So I might list this one higher based on its uniqueness and its fabrics and see if the right buyer comes along. This next item I did not do any comps or research on because it's the sweater that I'm keeping for myself. It's Target, Ava and Viv, size 1X, pink, slouchy, boyfriend knit. All right, next item, another Torrid. This one is a size 2X as well. I think the last one was 2X. And this needs a good steam before it looks presentable, but I think it's gonna be really pretty on. It's got this kind of a crochet knit detail mesh, and then it's shorter in the back than it is in the front. See those long things hanging down? This is the back of it. It's kind of easier to show the back. Drape waterfall front, I think there's some keywords to use, but I would more use like boho, whimsical, romantic, feminine, ballet core maybe because of the drapiness of it. I'll get it on the dress form. And this had a $19 ASP with a 16% sell-through rate. This next one is something pure hand knit, which I've picked up. They make quality sweaters, but I haven't had the greatest luck with them selling quickly. But also it says for fresh produce, and that brand does sell fairly quickly, depending on the item. This is a size small medium, And it's an interesting cardigan. It's got this Y back, long length, not quite duster, but long length, and then it's got this fringe detail. It has this doodad connecting it. I don't know if this doodad was original, but the fringe on it would tell me that it is, because there's fringe on the back. And I found the same sweater in comps that had the fringe on the back, but they didn't have the doodad. So I don't know. I mean, I'll include it. I'm not sure. It needs a good steam as well. It feels very ropey. This is also an open knit, kind of a chunky open knit. And it's interesting, it's got that same material from the fringe inset in there as well. So I thought it was a cool piece. It is cotton and nylon, designed in Canada. This had comps at $18 on Poshmark, but I didn't find any sell-through rate on eBay using pure hand knit and fresh produce. All right, this next one is Cato Woman, and Cato's not a high-end brand. It's a common brand. This is a size 22, 24 women, and I will get this brand based on style, you know. This is a cute crochet knit boho festival type cardigan sweater. It's not real long, but I thought it was really pretty. I liked that knit pattern. I thought that was unique. Well, maybe not unique, but nice. This had an $18 comps and no sell-through rate as well. So interesting. No sell-through rate on eBay, but I found comps for similar things on Poshmark. So it kind of shows also like where it's better to list things. I list across all eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari regardless. I have found that, you know, things that you wouldn't expect to sell on one do. So why not go ahead and put it over there? This is the Coldwater Creek I mentioned. It is a size 3X, 24 to 26 W, which stands for women's. I like this color of brown. I'm hoping that it's universally liked, but it's a nice neutral. I kind of stuck to the neutral palettes for the most part, except for those pink items. It's got this detailed here on the bottom. I think this is a longer length. This had a $20 ASP with a 30% sell-through rate. This next item is another vintage Talbot's. Talbot's petite size large, made in Hong Kong. Could you see that? Yeah. And the materials here, it's silk and cashmere. So that is why I picked it up. Also, it's just a classic color and style. It's got this shawl collar, open front, cream, oatmeal and cream. And it is petites, so that's why the arms and length seem a little short. First I was worried that this was shrunken, but no, it does not feel shrunken, and it's super soft, cashmere and silk. And this had a $24 ASP with 33% sell-through rate. This next item is Missoni for Target, and they had a collaboration. I don't think that's still happening. This is a size medium, and it's that cute classic Missoni pattern, chevron zigzag pattern. I had seen a lot of the blue for sale, not as much of the purple, rayon and cotton and polyester. This came out in 2011. So it's a medium, and it's, you know, a short cardigan, so a medium short cardigan. This had an $18 ASP with 22% sell-through rate. It's got that chartreuse in there too. I like this color combination. All right, this cardigan is very similar to something I listed recently. It is from Anthropologie, Angel of the North, size small. And I also like this color. It looks like chocolate milk to me. or like when you have a bowl of chocolate ice cream and you like stir it up so it's nice and creamy. Or maybe a chocolate malt from Wendy's. It's cute. It's got this detail on the back. It's kind of a, what do you call that? Reminds me of a bustle. So, but this one and some similar had comps of $25 with a 7% sell-through rate. Pretty low sell-through rate. And I find that with a lot of Anthropologie brands. Maybe it's because the market is so saturated. Ooh, this has pockets. So if this wasn't $1, I would have passed on it, sadly, even though it's a beautiful cardigan, because people need to be looking for these items, right? And, or I don't want to be one of 100 available. I want to be, you know, one of a dozen maybe. All right, this next item is just something that warms my heart. It is what I call a vintage dream. Look at that crest. And look at these buttons. It's got all of them, you know, the military style, uniform style crest buttons. That big colorful crest, some shoulder pads. Men's sweaters did not have shoulder pads in the 80s, so I don't know if they've ever had shoulder pads. But this is definitely vintage. Norton McNaughton, which I think is a Macy's brand, or was. There's the tag. And it is just acrylic, but it is in great shape, and I'll love it. I'll love it. It's a longer length as well. This is totally something I would wear if it fit me. It's so cute. I could not wear it even open. It's just like it kind of flares out. So, but it's very cute. And I did find exact same sweater for sale. I think people were selling it, listing it kind of high. But sold on Norton McNaughton Vintage Crest Cardigan, $15 and a 4% sell-through rate. But again, it's not the exact one. Yada, yada, yada. All right, this next item is Barefoot Dreams Bamboo Chic Light. Size large, extra large. I know Barefoot Dreams, their moment has passed pretty much. They don't go for what they used to or for as quickly, but there's still something people like to own. Very, very soft. That's the deal with Barefoot Dreams. Super soft, and it's made with some bamboo materials. This is just a black open front, drape front cardigan, longer length. And I was seeing $25 ASP with a 9% sell-through rate. That's on eBay. Next item is something I also would not have picked up if it wasn't 99 cents. I have to be honest. I'm not sure there's anything in here I would have picked. Okay, the vintage crest I would have picked up. There might be a couple of things, but most things I would have been like, at regular prices. This is new with tags. The tag is in there. It's got this peplum hem, and it's Rachel Roy, size medium. And it's a very cute spring tan tank shell. It retailed for $69 at Macy's. And I don't think the materials were anything special, it's just cotton and viscose. It looks and feels a little like linen, but it's not. But it is that lightweight material. And tank sweaters are just like tank tops. They're just not going to sell for quite as much. $10 ASP and no sell-through rate on eBay. So I'd gotten that $10 comp off of Poshmark. Looks like we have 3 items left. Hang in there with me. This item is a new with tag Michael Stars. It retailed for $168. And I think it's cute. It's navy or black? Maybe it's black. Yeah, let me put a navy thing against it. Yeah, it's black. At these cute stripes. It's a women's sweater. Did I show you the tag? Michael Stars. So one of those brands that retails high, but doesn't necessarily resell high. They had it for $24.99 before the sweater sale. It's 10% wool. I gotta say, if I'm spending $168, I want something better than just 10% wool with some cotton and polyester, you know? It was new with tags. On Poshmark, the comps for this exact one, there were a couple of different colorways, but comps were between 24 and 45 for new with tags. And then the comps for this on eBay, it was $18 with a 4% sell-through rate. So it seems like it's a better Poshmark item. Second to last item. I don't know why I'm counting down. This is BDG size medium, and it's one of the ones I wish I had not picked up even for 99 cents because of the sell-through rate, and you know, the particular style wasn't all that remarkable. What's happening? It's got this hanger thingy in it, which is kind of like getting in the way of me showing you. Anyhow, it's got this striped sleeve. It's a longer length as well. Kind of a sporty look. Boat neck. This had a $14 ASP with 2% sell-through rate. Last item. And this is Ivy Jane, size small. This is what I call a boutique brand. I see this brand sold at like festivals and, you know, shopping events in Texas. I've never seen anything sold in Colorado, but obviously sold somewhere because somebody picked it up. And this is a long cardigan, just really pretty purple plum color with embroidery and applique. And those are actually poppies. I think this sweater would be much cuter without this little mesh thingamajig. If you look at the embroidery on the inside, I think that's cuter. Of course, I like poppies. That's poppies here. I think that's cuter than with this stuff on it, but still kind of cute. Artsy, boho, very cute. $20 ASP with a 4% sell-through rate. So that's everything, and I added it all up. And yeah, I told you at the beginning of the video, it's, you know, potentially $500 in sales, and then when you subtract cost of goods and averaging about 20% of fees, which is probably a little high, I could make $365. So $1 a sweater gives me $1 a day of the year. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And I will split up what I list first. Like I said, I'll probably sprinkle some things in. What I've been trying to do with my listing is getting some of my higher sell-through rate new stuff out and then sprinkling in some death pile. It makes me feel good about myself to have some of my death pile listed. I hope everyone is having a good day. This is Super Bowl Sunday, the day that I am filming it, which I forgot all about and have no plans to watch. But I hope you are enjoying it, and just keep listing. Anyway, I have these doggy gates up, but, you know, I made the mistake of sending her to agility class. So she just sees them as something to hop over. Yeah, she's a good girl. Yeah, good girl.